Good morning. We're halfway through the week and we've got some cold weather sinking in for this midweek. We've got colder air rushing in, and then on top of that, we're also dealing with some areas of some light snow. So there's a lot to be concerned about here this morning if you're doing some traveling. This is a look outside in Fargo, live view of traffic moving along on I-94. And for your travel forecast, expect to have some issues throughout the day. I'm giving you some yellow lights, some caution lights here, because this morning we're starting first with a little bit of light snow in some areas. And then all day long, it's going to be windy and cold, the kind of weather you don't want to get caught out in if you run into some trouble out on the roadway. So again, travel not perfect. And in fact, this is a recent DOT cam view from, or plow cam rather, from Minnesota. This is in the Park Rapids area. You can see we've had some snow on the road surface there with a little bit of light snow and then blowing snow on top of that, depositing it back onto the road. So plows are out trying to keep those roads clear here in the valley. There is some snow. It's just not showing up on our radar very well here yet again this morning. But a good verification of that is to take a look at our visibility reports. A little bit of visibility report down in the Oaks area, back up to Jamestown rather. So I'm going to keep an eye on that region. There might be a few flakes going on there, but the area where it's been most prevalent and most widespread is over into northwest Minnesota. We've got a visibility report now down to 1 mile in Thief River Falls, Fosston, Mahnomen, all in that 2 to 3 mile range, and just anywhere where you see this visibility down. We've got some wind, we've got some light snow blowing around. Here's a look at our wind speeds. They are out of the west or northwest. We're looking at gusts getting into the 30s in a lot of places, a gust to 36 miles per hour currently in Jamestown, so still close to that 40 mile per hour mark. That's going to be cold air rushing in, and temperatures are pretty chilly themselves this morning. 1 in Langdon, 8 in Grand Forks, 9 in Fargo. But factor in that wind for how it feels to be outside. Again, reminder, wind chill is what it feels like on exposed skin. So you want to make sure that you are covering up. A reminder here today as you're heading out the door with wind chills as low as 22 below right now in Langdon. It feels more like 8 below in Fargo, 13 below in Grand Forks for your wind chill. So cold morning, it's going to be a cold day. We do have some improvements on the way. It's going to be gradual though. So as we make our way through our Wednesday morning, we'll still have those strong winds, still gusting into the 30s through the morning. The clouds hanging around, especially in the east, but they'll gradually be kind of retreating, and we'll get more and more sunshine spreading from west to east. And the wind eases up. By noon, gusts into the 20s. By the afternoon, more into the teens to about 20 miles per hour. But that direction stays out of the northwest, and so that cold air just continues to push in. And our afternoon highs, well, they don't look too different from where a lot of us are now, single digits to some teens. So a struggle to warm up here today. Heading into tonight, the wind eases up. We're clearing out. That'll allow our temperatures to really start to bottom out briefly here into the 11 o'clock hour. But then immediately, almost immediately, that wind picks right back up, this time out of the south for tomorrow morning, setting us up for another windy day, but this time more of a southerly wind going on rather than that cold northerly wind. So here's a look at those gusts here for today. For Fargo, expect gusts into the 30s through about noon, and then we're starting to see those numbers come down. But basically during the daytime hours, it's going to be breezy to windy the entire time. And again, tomorrow, with that south wind, we will see those temperatures rise again back into the low 30s, right around average, but keep in mind it's going to be windy, so it's not going to feel great even with that warm up. And that's leading up to our first alert weather day coming up for Friday, which will feature not just wind but snow. And that's why we've raised that for you, to give you that heads up, that first alert, that you may be running into some problems on the roads. I'm not necessarily expecting as much snow as what they've seen down in the Twin Cities, but still enough that it may become a bit of an issue even into Saturday morning. So heads up on that, and we'll continue to keep you updated.
Yeah, and we've been seeing those live cams shaking
Yes.
this morning already, so wow, brace yourself.
Yeah, for several days this is going to be with us.
Yeah.
Okay.